What is up, everybody? Yeah, I was muted for a second there, but so I got a story here for the start of this stream, something that happened as soon as the other stream ended. So this was interesting. So remember yesterday that I was all like, I should level Nido Chris because it'd be really useful for the shenanigans we were trying to do. But I was like, I don't really want to farm, but we farmed some, and it was a whole slugfest, and it didn't really go anywhere, and I was like, man, this is annoying. And after the stream, I was like, wait a minute, why didn't I have any embers? Because I haven't leveled anything in a while, and I do my FP summons, so even if I'm not trying to have embers, I should have quite a few of them. And I was, and then it hit me. I got a few, and I just forgot. This is actually not the first time that this has happened, by the way. And I really like how I've got like a fuckload of the 5-star ones. You know, every one of the 5-star ones is worth 3 of these, right? So I really would not have had any problem leveling Nidocris yesterday if I had just remembered that those were in there. So, you know, good job on that one. Anyway, we still need to get her to Bond 4, which I think she's Bond 3 right now. So we'll try to do that before we do the NP spammy once-a-day thingy-majig. Let's see. I guess I'll save my 5-star ones just because she's pretty close to being 80 right now, so it's kind of whatever. That music is Slide from Mario. Kind of famous. Alright, so I think, I'm pretty sure Nidocris is, she takes like 13,000 Bond to go from Bond 3 to Bond 4 or some nonsense. Okay, let's see here. She'll be better today than she was yesterday because I think today's is Assassin, so... Bond 4, Nido, it's more than Bond 5 Herc. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Every once in a while, they just make a Dude, who was it? Was it Waver who takes 50k to get Bond 5 or something like that? Which I think might have been a little bit more than 50k. Okay. Let's see how close we are. Really, I normally stay on top of having random servants that I'm not even leveling, getting up them to Bond 5 in case I ever do level them. But I just have not been doing that lately because I've been trying to get Ku, Canis, and Mori, you know, Bond all at the same time because I haven't had any room in like my back row. Give me 1 second. I need to clean my glasses. I can't see a damn thing. That's how you start a stream, by the way. I mean, I clicked the wrong button enough as is, so... Not that I'm complaining, but am I the only one that finds it weird that the 5-star embers are worth 3 times the 4-star embers? Like, that's kind of odd. Like, you know, I would have expected it to be maybe double or something. But again, not complaining, because, you know, easier the better. Okay. I can see now. Very helpful. And 5-star embers aren't even that rare from FP, so... Yeah, the thing is, 3-star ember, like, multiplying a 3-star ember is not as big of a deal because they don't give as much to begin with, so... Where the 4-star ones gave quite a bit. Man, I do not want to waste apples on just getting Nidochris Bond. I might not even bother, like, these stages are fun to mess... Oh, it's Archer today anyway. But, like, these stages are fun to mess around with, but they're not even remotely practical. And when I sit here, what do I care about more? Apples? Or doing a stage that's actually irrelevant and just for showboating? It's like, Hey, TG, thank you for the resub for 6 months. And by the way, the answer is apples. Yeah, we'll probably do something with Little Guild later. We'll, like, fight the million HP dragon or whatever. Although that's also way too much AP because this fucking game... Everything in this game just costs way more AP than it should. Alright, let me look at Nidochris' Bond, 3 or 4 here. What did I just click? What the hell did I have no idea. I think I just clicked, the Bond Grail. Where is she? There she is. Okay. And so yeah, she needs 12,000 to get Bond 4, and that's what you need to do your NP upgrade. Then I have to do the actual quest. I don't really want to do that. Like, that's just so... That's like an hour of nothing right there. Do we try to do this stage just anyway and get it over with? I kind of want to. The thing is, I feel like these are going to get really repetitive because they're pretty much the same every day. It's just the class is a little bit different, and that doesn't matter very much. Like, it doesn't. So it's like that you're pretty much going to do the same style of team over and over again. And I think these could have been so much cooler. Like, it's not a bad idea, and like I said yesterday, how I would have preferred them to have done it was not for it to be a once-a-day thing, just make it where you have farming nodes you can do that work this way. And, you know, you can balance the rewards per kill to be what you think is reasonable, blah, 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 blah. But that way, like, while you're doing the farming, each time you do it, like, oh, what if I did this instead of that? Or what if let's try this unit or this CE, and you kind of try to min-max and get an extra kill here and there. That'd be fun, and that's a lot different than what you normally do when you're farming an event. And you could have the normal stages if people don't want to do that. But I just don't get the point of these. I literally don't. Like, even if you do really well, you don't get enough points as a reward to give a shit. Right? It's like, wow, you get like, you know, 100 to 200,000 points, which you could get in like no time from regular farming anyway. So it's same for the QP. It's not enough QP for it to really matter. Music's a little loud. Alright, let's see. What would I want to do for Archer? Good time for Fionn, I suppose. I mean, the easy way to not piss people off is you just make things optional. Like, this is not complicated. I have no idea why FGO is so afraid of actually trying anything new, because if you look at most games when they try different game modes and things like that, it's just optional. Right? It's like, it's not like, it's not one or the other. I've always said this with dailies. You could have dailies that are harder and more interesting and are more AP efficient than other dailies that are kind of your typical same-o, but are more time efficient, right? You can have both! It's not even hard, right? It's so weird to me how FGO is so adverse to trying literally anything. And I really don't think it's because they're afraid of pissing people off. I think it's just because they're lazy. They've been cruising for so long and getting so much money from not actually doing anything that, you know, I don't think they really jump. They don't look. I don't think they look for opportunities to improve the game or to add things. I think they look for ways to get by with not doing work. That's really what the way they behave. Now, that might change, and especially since their last year went so badly, I think they may be turning over a new leaf this year. But it takes time for that kind of thing to work its way down the pipeline. But so these last few months haven't been so bad. They've been doing more animation updates and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. What do I want to... Oh my god. My least favorite thing about this game mode is how you have to bring a support, and how certain supports are going to be a million times better than others. Let's see. What did we do last time? What was it? What did we do last? I know we were going to do Doorman, but then we changed it. You want people that... I think we did, like... I literally don't remember. I know it was an art somebody. We were trying to double... Oh, it was Vertra. That's what we did. God, I just could not fucking remember what we did yesterday. We might want to do Vertra again today, just because she's just objectively better. No, we did not summon Tesla. That's stupid. We already have our own Tesla. You know, Lost, are you here? We'll try Vertra again, just because she was good enough yesterday, and then she'll be even better today. Tesla doesn't make any sense to summon through the support system because he's not gonna double NP. He can NP like once and a half, but that's no better than just once. Yeah, we might use Fionn today. I would think so. Let's see, the first boss is 50k, then it's 80k, then I think it's 100k, right? I don't feel like this is going to change very much from yesterday, to be honest. It's just, I think the ending part will go a little bit better because the classes sync up better. Okay, so that's what we did yesterday, but we'd want it to be a bit different today. I didn't really like Arash last time. That was where we were, that's like where everything kind of went wrong, because we had to use too many buffs to Arash to do anything. Although that may not matter as much if we are counterclassing. So what's, this counts Fionn NP rank. 4k. One of these days I need to grail him to 90. I might try something really different just so it's not repetitive. So I don't know. There's just so many ways to approach this. So I was gonna do something different. I guess he'd put Fionn in the front and have Arash kill himself or something, then bring in Shingon. Okay, hold on. Let me make a new page here. I don't know, I still think it's really nice to have Hohenheim at the start, because it gives you the NP gain buff. Maybe we use the switch Mystic Code early. Okay, hold up. So... I feel like what I'm thinking of right now is not going to do that much different than yesterday, but we'll see. So it would be like that, and Hohenheim, and then you would switch Hohenheim out for like Qingong. Or would you want Arash after... look, so wave 1, you're obviously going to kill 3, so the first enemy on the next wave is 22k. Arash is enough for that if you wanted to do that. So then Arash would NP. Would you... I guess... You probably could double NP with... I wonder... If I give K-Scope to... Fionn, if he would be able to loop then... With Hohenheim's buffs. Because he's also got his battery. That's not a lot of buffs for him though, I'd be kind of pushing it, I feel. If he used his art up, probably, but then your damage would be a lot lower if you're trying to kill one of the tougher ones. Arash might not make the cut if I do it this way, I'm not sure. So you only have 3 turns, so... So turn 1 would be those 3 all NP, that kills the first 3 waves. Then you would switch Mystic Code Hohenheim with either Qingong or Vertra. You, or no, with Qingong or Raj, excuse me. I'm trying to think. If you did it with a Raj, that means you would have a Raj NP first on turn 2, and then I guess Vertra for the next one, and then Fionn. I don't know if Fionn would do 100k right there without more buffs. You could always use a Mysticode buff on him. And so then on the last turn, you'd be looking at... That's too late for Qingong at that point. There's no point in killing someone on the final turn. I mean, I guess we could just not use Qingong. What would you want Orochi to be replaced by then? I mean, it would need to be someone that can just show up in NP. There's Romulus. The problem is that turns a mess because Fionn and Vertra are only going to NP twice. There's no way I'm going to get them to NP more than that. And I might not be able to get them to NP twice, that's the thing. I would want someone that could show up and do 140k. Maybe Romulus, but I don't think so. Unless everyone was already Roman. Man, I really need a second MLB K-scope to do some of the nonsense I'm thinking of, but oh well. The other option is you have Fionn only NP once, and you give the MLB K-scope to somebody else. My hardest hitting person would maybe be Canis, just because she's 100, even though she's AoE Buster and unupgraded. But because she's so upgraded, she might do enough. I don't know if she can do 140k though without buffs. Well, before I do anything, I need to see if they can even loop, for God's sakes. Because if they're not going to be able to loop, then this method wouldn't even work. I'll just do it like this for now. We don't really... We're not going to go all 3 turns. Well, let me think, though. Yeah, you have to use this... That's what I don't like. You have to use the switch. Put in a Rosh. I'm really, maybe... The thing with Qingong is he doesn't buff the team at all, because we're not using anyone that's Buster. I've clicked the start button like 9 times, and it's not starting. What? Okay, sure, game. Yeah, you can have more than 1 copy of a CE on JP now for the Valentine's thing. But there's no reason to, so just use them for CE bombs. I hate that about Valentine's Day events. It's like, if you decide to not turn in all the chocolate for the CEs, you're missing out on so much XP. But if you decide to turn them in, it takes like 3 hours. Like, it's not great. So it definitely casts that, no question. Okay, so who would you give the gain skill to, and would you use Fionn's art up? I guess one good thing about if you switched with Qingong would be you'd get that extra 10% battery if you needed it. You could also taunt somebody so they got attacked and got some MP that way. So Qingong probably makes more sense than Orochi if he can do enough damage, which I'm pretty sure he can. Yeah, I already like that better. I guess I'll use his art up just to kind of see if he goes like way over. I doubt, but we'll give it to her. Okay. I guess if you were really lacking for refund, you could use this grenade that turn. Just for the art resist down. What I generally do for the Valentine CEs is I keep the ones that I really like, and then I use all the other ones for CE bomb, and then when you get duplicates, you just use those for CE bombs too. But I just keep them in second storage generally. But I certainly do not keep all of them because there's way too many for that, and most of them I don't care about, so. Yeah, they buffed Nukehead. She got an upgraded MP, which is nice. Oh yeah, we're allowed to use one command spell per day. I forgot about that. That changes things quite a bit, actually. I really want someone then at the end that can buff the team. I need more buffs for the 140k wave. That was a Rosh, by the way. Feels bad. Wow, they do not like Hohenheim. That sucks, because if they had attacked Fionn, that would have been really helpful to him. Or them attacking Virtua didn't really matter because she had her own battery skill. So you would probably switch in Qingong instead of... I wonder if I should give Fionn the NP game buff then. Because Virtua's got her extra 20% that she can get. Okay. Okay, where would I use my command spell then? I could use it on Canis at the very end to have her just show up and try to blow up the 140k guy. I don't know if she would do enough damage for that though. Lobo is my favorite Valentine scene. I swear I've said that like every day for the last week, but what are you gonna do? Alright, let's see here. The other option is I wouldn't do this until I figured the team out, but you could use the command spell on Fionn on turn 1, and that way he could use a better CE where he does more damage, gets more refund, that kind of thing. I don't know who the later archer is yet, but if they're divine, that would definitely help. I might not use a Rosh. I guess we would yeet Fionn. Oh, I could do that for my command spell. That would definitely do the 140k right there. That no question for that one. So that would be... Let's see. Turn 2 on this I don't think would be particularly good. Right, and then Qingong needs his NP. Fuck, that's what I'm saying. I need a double... I need double MLBK scope to get as many NPs off as I want there, but I don't got it, so... You could still do a Rosh, because that's another way of cycling, it's just that makes it harder for your teammates, because Qingong giving that extra 10% would be really nice. But if Qingong can't NP himself, because Qingong would give himself battery, but that would only get him to 90, and that's not enough. So let's see. If you were able to double NP with Virtua and Fionn, this would go... Hohenheim wave 1, Fionn wave 2, Virtua wave 3, a Rosh for... The 80k one though, I'm not even sure we'd get without buffs. But then you would switch... No, a Rosh would die, and then you would get... Canis in. And she could do the 140k, I just don't know if we're gonna have enough damage for like the 80 and 100k one. That's the problem. There's not enough buffs really. If Fionn could save his art up, that would really help. I kind of think what I did yesterday might honestly just do better, because the reason why we were just like a little bit short yesterday of what we wanted was just because like we didn't have like at the end, you know, one, we got the really bad luck because we didn't get a buster card and all that, like all that bullshit. But like all that, those damage thresholds we were dealing with will be higher now because we can use lancers and stuff like that. So, cause see, this one was, what was this one? It was Hohenheim, Vertra, or Qingong. You would Qingong him right away. Vertra needed to be attacked once, but if it didn't, you could just reset it or scum it. Then you would taunt her, and then you would have Arash kill himself, I think. Right, and yeah, and Arash got the buffs from Qingong in the Mystic Code. The problem with this one would be, because then you'd only need Fionn to NP once, which is fine, but, who would the other damage dealer even be? I guess it could be, Romulus. I don't know if that's enough damage, though. Also, I'm not sure to have the team cost. Let me look here. The Samsung Dex is a nice program and everything, but man, it drives me crazy sometimes, where you just scroll over anything it brings up, like the low and high bar. It's kind of dumb. Only one of these was limit broken. That would be a... Okay, it would have the team. So yeah, that would be the other way. The thing I don't like about that one is the way that you use the Mystic Code. Although in this one you're using such so much weaker Mystic Code, it's not really any better. I think this setup you'd actually have a slot that you're not using, which seems wasteful. I don't know why anyone acts like I have a lot of K-scopes. It's pretty dumb, because like I don't. I've been like one of these is a support, right? So the limit break, this one doesn't count because it's a support. For playing the game for like 5 years, this really is not impressive. You know, meanwhile, you know, the people that actually have a lot of K-scopes, they're sitting on, you know, like a team like this, but they're all super scopes, right? A little bit better. I have 1 super scope after 5 years, right? It's not really that amazing. Meanwhile, almost everyone else doing this are just swimming in them, so kind of behind in that department. Better than my newbie account though, which has 1, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so... Don't like having to use the switch Mystic Code on Hohenheim. I wonder if we cut Hohenheim and we use Qingong and then we kill somebody. And that's... Okay, hold on. Man, this must be so boring to watch, but that's why I don't really... This event can be so much... if you could do it more than once a day, you wouldn't sit here theory crafting for an hour, right? You would just be playing it like, oh, okay, let's try it this way. Oh, let's switch out to this unit. And then, you know, you see it in action, which is way better. And then while you're doing that, you're actually farming. I think this event could just be so much more fun than it is. So if you were gonna just throw somebody away, I feel like you just do Hohenheim again. Like if you're gonna throw somebody away, why wouldn't you use Hohenheim? Because he buffs your other units, right? Like I feel like that's just, the Qingong thing just seems better. The Arash part was what I didn't like about the other team though, really. So what if it wasn't a Rosh? Hmm. You could also just Arash turn 1 and cycle that way. Like, it doesn't, I guess... What's the benefit of that, though? It'd be Arash or Qingong. You could also Arash and Qingong, but then you would, you'd use the guts from, like, Anniversary Blonde or something, but you want Switch, that's the thing. So, let's see, so Qingong would kill him. I don't see the benefit to this, like... the way you could benefit is if you had another K-scope, right? Because basically, I can fit in a lot of switches, right? You get a switch from Arash, you get a switch from Qingong, and you get a switch from the Mystic Code, but I don't have enough MLB K-scopes to actually benefit from that. That's the thing, so I'm not sure I should be doing it that way. So what if Arash, though, wasn't the one that came in? If it wasn't Arash... let's see... A lot of the things that I could do just seem wasteful to me because, like, if you made it Fionn, you would probably kill him again with Qingong, and then his whole thing is going out the window, although I guess you'd give the NP gain to Vertra at least. I wish there was a... Well, I guess I could start with this. Then you'd give a lot of buffs to Vertra at least. And then you would switch Mystic Code. I just... I don't know about that because... Most of what makes... Well, no, I guess you would use... Would you only NP once with Fionn? No, you'd still have to NP twice. Let's see, so then... I'm kind of leaning towards this. This is very similar to what I did a minute ago, but so you'd switch in Qingong. You'd have to command spell Qingong then though. Like Qingong having MLBK scope is just so useful because you know, he can just show up from the back and go boom. I do like all those buffs for Vertra, though. Okay, so you'd switch that out. You'd command spell Qingong. You would have Fionn NP, then get yeeted. Wait, wouldn't Qingong hit a target with too much health? Okay, see. So NP4 would be Fionn or Vertra, whichever one of them does damage you'd want. So Qingong would be NPing someone with 100k. That's not gonna work. Even with K-scope, that's not gonna work. It would work on Assassin Day, but I don't think you could do 100k here. I'm worried though that none of them are gonna do 100k. Wait, no, I guess you could have, well, depends on who you're beating, but I guess you could have Fionn NP, then Qingong NP, then Vertra NP. But then Qingong is going on the 80k one, and I still don't think he's going to do that, even with MLBK scope. I could use the Mystic Code buff on him. It's a good turn to do it anyway. I don't like this. I do not like having to command spell Qingong. I just don't think that's worth it. I really don't think my account can get... Like, I can kill the 140k person, because we basically did that yesterday, which had really stupid luck and bad units. But I don't think I can go farther than the 140k person on my account. Unless I'm just totally missing a style of gameplay here. I just don't see a way that I could get an... it's because I would... Anything I can think of that would let me get farther, I would need a second K-scope. Or Super Scope, whatever you want to call it. Unless, let's see, what could double Chin Gong do? Is there anything about double Chin Gong? You can bring in a lot of new units, that's certainly a thing. Because I could summon Gabe's Chin Gong, who's level 99, and he can have MLB K-Scope. Let's see. You'd probably only start with one Chin Gong out? No, probably not. No, okay. You would kill one of the Chin Gongs, I think, on turn 1. You would like Arash, Hohenheim, whoever, like whatever NP the first wave, and then weaker Chin Gong, then stronger Chin Gong, and then you bring in 2 new units. So they would need to be people that could. Okay, that's not too bad, because you could make those any units like that could just NP right away. They wouldn't need a double NP or anything. Okay, let me think. So like Romulus and Fionn or something. I could probably do the 80k, and then you could command spell the level 100 Chin Gong to NP again. You're still not gonna kill that 100k one though. Okay, hold on, let me. So pretend Virtuous Chin Gong. It would. God, if you had to use MLB K-Scope though on Chin, that's just. I wonder if I can put someone in the front row that could give me battery and NP. Because if Chin Gong, because it's so annoying that Chin Gong give you a 90% battery, right? Is there anyone that I have that will give a tiny amount of battery and has an AoE NP? Like a team-wide battery, let me think. There's a Asclepius, but he doesn't do damage with his NP. Let me see. I don't have Helena. Actually, I've had Helena, but I burned her. And if I do have her, she's most certainly level 1. I have no idea if I ever got her again, but that obviously not someone that I have leveled. She would be good here though. This is like the exact time where she would be good because she could give her teammates the battery, which means you don't need super scopes, and then she can NP herself, and then she can be fodder for Chin Gong. Quite nice, honestly, actually, for this. No, they can't just have a battery, it has to be a team battery. And I don't have a whole lot of units that have team battery. Obviously there's Waver, but he doesn't do any damage either. Let's see, there's 3-star Romulus, but he's just self-battery. Wait, if you did double Chin... Excuse me, if you did double Chin Gong, they give each other battery. That's 20%. Okay, what is wrong with me? How did I not realize that until now? Let me message Gabe. I definitely want to give that a shot. Oh, he's offline. Damn it. I'll see if I can just happen to summon him. But yeah, I double Chin Gong might get the job done here. We'll see. But if Gabe's not around, I doubt he just keeps MLB level 99 Chin Gong up on his support list. And he may not have logged in so long that I can't even get him, so. But the 99 Chin Gong would be really nice too, because he'll do more damage, which is helpful. I mean, it depends on context. Like, there are units where you can make all 3 of their attacks heal themselves, and sometimes that is worth it, but it just... There's no answer, like, it just depends. Like, people are always asking, what's the best CE for X unit? And it's like, there's no answer to that, because it completely, like, what are you doing? What are you fighting? What are your teammates? What kind of boss is it? Are you farming? Like, you know, there's no answer to these things. Well, there's Gabe, and he does have how about that? He does have Chin Gong up with MLB K-Scope. I know the problem is I'd have to like probably do this team several times to figure out what I want, exactly what you would want, and then each time I'd have to try to summon him again, which would be really hard. That 10,000 attack though. Okay, so the middle Qingong could NP right away because of their battery, so that's good. And they could give 20% to somebody. This front unit could be anything I want just about if I give them K-Scope. Like, it could be Canis, for God's sakes. I feel like, though, it should still just be Hohenheim, because I can't think of any reason for it not to be Hohenheim, because he does enough damage, he gives the team art up, and then someone NP gain up. Like, I cannot think of any reason for it not to be Hohenheim, so... And he lets me bring the event CE too, which is nice. So they both get art up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so turn 1, middle Qingong... Okay, no, Hohenheim NPs, and then middle Qingong NPs and kills Hohenheim, and then back Qingong NPs and kills Qingong. That's a sentence. So 2 units would come in, and if I wanted to, I could even use the switch Mystic Code. So the 2 units that come in, let me think. Now, it could be Fionn, but then Fionn wouldn't have the buff from Hohenheim. Yep, I got Canis, I've got Romulus. Romulus is good because he's got the self-battery. Okay, let me look though. So the first wave would be a 20k wave, and then it's 80k, then 100k. So you'd probably have Qingong do the first one, which would mean you'd kind of want someone with guts, so maybe Canis. So I wonder if my Romulus could do the 80k, and then Canis do the 100k. I don't know. Without buffs, that's... Well, you could give Qingong's buff to somebody. Can Canis do 110k? I guess we could use the Mystic Code on that turn. Okay, so even if that works, and we've killed, 9 each turn, what the hell would we do for the next turn? Because we'd already used the command spell in Qingong, and then I guess we could cycle someone. We wouldn't have to use Guts, except then Qingong would have to NP later, and that means he would have to do 80k. Ugh. I guess you could switch out Qingong, but what the hell would you switch him for? It'd have to be someone else that could NP on their own, and preferably someone that could buff. But I don't see how the fuck you're NPing again. I mean, you could do Fionn. Fionn might be able to double NP, but he's gonna have no buffs here, so I doubt it. Tricky. Okay. We're also going to be pushing it on team cost here. Well, Qingong and Hohenheim really help with that. So you could use Switch Mystic Code for one other unit. Why don't I have a unit that can just show up and give everyone 100% battery and then also do an AoE NP themselves and buff everyone? Why doesn't that exist? That sounds balanced, right? Because this is the one where you need to do the 140,000. This still seems inferior to what I did yesterday. Like, the only thing that went wrong yesterday was just because the AoE units we had to use in the back, their classes weren't syncing up very well, so they were just struggling on damage. And we just got super unlucky with... Because we had the hand that was given, no buster card. We used the shuffle, no buster card, right? That was fucked. I can't think of anything I could even use the Switch Mystic Code on here. Okay, hold on. So it's turn 2. I still have my command spell. Qingong does not have his NP. And I could have the Switch Mystic Code available if I wanted. So I could command spell Qingong if I wanted him to NP again, or I could command spell someone else in. It's nice to have Qingong just NP there and you switch someone else in, but... Like, all I could really switch in is Virtua or Fionn. and they can NP right away, but I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do 140,000. I kind of want to. Maybe we have Fionn show up, and then you switch in Canis for that, because she, well, he has the best chance of it, but not that great, especially if I don't have a command or CE that gives damage. Well, let me do a quick test run, and I just want to see if like the damage thresholds on them even works. We're not going to use the command spell or anything this time, though, because we just want to see. This music knows. I remember when I was trying to get as much SP as possible, I actually added a bunch of newbies that were clearly just like going through the main story, and they summoned me so much, it was great. Okay. I love Shin-gonging, Shin-gong. It's great. Hey, Cairo. I kind of want to try busting out Fionn early though, because then you actually give Shin-gong the NP gain and whatnot. I really think if you have your own level 100 Shin-gong, you can probably just have him be looping like crazy, I would think. If he's that high level, he'll be doing good damage too. And on Assassin Day, that's definitely going to be meta. Fuck! How did he not do enough damage there? Bruh! How did we do enough damage yesterday, but then not enough there? I know he had the anti-divinity, or the NP up from Virtua yesterday. But now he's level 99. Should have been 100, man. Okay, well what we need to test on this turn, it doesn't matter too much, is we just need to see their damage. We need to see which one of them has more damage. And obviously we could give Shin-gong's buff to somebody on this turn if we were like pushing it. But we're not, there's no point in doing that here if we just want to see the damage basically. I'm pretty sure Canis is gonna have the superior damage. Wow, Shin-gong could potentially loop there. Oh my god, that's amazing, because then I could save my command spell. Oh, we are so safe scumming that. I'm pretty sure that's what you would want. Oh man. Jesus. Yep, that's probably what we'll do there. Okay, let's see what we get damage-wise. There's not enough Romans! So you are really incentivized, though, to have him NP first. That's a problem, because if this went properly, this first wave would only have 20k enemies. Because the initial wave... Okay, maybe we put him... Okay, I'm just gonna scrap this, because it clearly is wrong to use Romulus like this. But we might put him in the back for the 140k or something. Because... Well, actually, we'll test it. We'll see what he does here. But, yeah, you're gonna need him to... If he's gonna NP, he needs to be the first one to NP. Ugh, that's not even close to what we would need. What Canis does. Better? That's not bad. I tell you, man, if she gets an upgraded NP, that's gonna be nice because, you know, mine's so high level and everything. Okay, so we're gonna need to... We really are gonna want to find a way for Qingong to loop his NP. That's just so good to not... Like, we can't not do that. What are our options? I mean, we could use the Switch Mystico right off the bat, and then yeet somebody else and just put Hohenheim in the back. I wish Gabe was around because I can't summon him consistently. Also, there's like a million people in our Discord with the same username, and I don't know which one he is, so that doesn't help. But, they're both offline right now, so... Might have to remove a bunch of people off my support list so I can actually summon them. Funny, Castoria's not that good for this stage unless you can switch her out at the before you even NP, which then she's fine, because then you have her buff and you put her in the back and then you never have her show up on the field again. Because if she's ever on the field when you start a turn, she can't kill 3 and then you're screwing yourself. But you could have her on the field, buff Qingong or something, and then before you take the turn, you use the Switch Mysticode and you move her out and put her in the very back, and then you never get to the very back unit. Then she can be quite good, but if you don't do that specifically, she's not great. You can yeet her with Qingong, but that's not good. That's not meta, because then you're only NPing twice that turn, and so you could only kill 7 enemies instead of 9. Now, obviously, some people aren't trying to kill as many as humanly possible, and fair enough, but if you're trying to get as meta as you can, you absolutely do not want her out when the turn starts. But for real, you could have her like where Hohenheim is, right, and then just switch her in the back, right, before you take the turn for somebody else who can NP. I wonder if we should do that, because she gives battery, so then our other units are a lot more flexible, but then we would only get to Qingong one person. Well, no, you could still Qingong the other Qingong, I suppose. The thing is, I feel like you'd want Castoria to buff someone else that would benefit from it more. Like, you'd want her to, do that, or something. So I'd have to use my own Qingong. That'd be really good if you had your own Grail Qingong, though, holy shit. Because, yeah, then you summon Castoria, she would, you could buff both Qingong and Fionn. They could use slightly better CEs. And then you switch her out for somebody else, like Hohenheim, right? You switch her and Hohenheim. And then Hohenheim, oh god, yeah, because then you're getting Castoria's buffs and Hohenheim's buffs on those 2 units, and then Hohenheim clears the first wave, Fionn clears the second wave, Qingong clears the third wave, he kills Hohenheim. The only downside is you'd be out your switch already, so then you would have someone else show up who could NP immediately, and then you'd need Qingong. Qingong would presumably loop, and hopefully Fionn too with his skill. The new unit would show up and use their NP, and then you have Fionn NP, then you have Qingong NP, then you kill the new unit, and then your last unit comes in for the final turn. That's pretty good, honestly. Even though my Qingong isn't grailed, that might be better than what I'm doing, to be honest. Because that's a lot of buffs. It would be up to if Fionn would loop or not. A really upgraded Virtua would be better, because Virtua's got an easier time looping, and she would give the team damage as well. Fionn's more selfish there, although he does give them the gain. I kind of want to try that, even though I don't have a Grail Qingong. So the hard part there would be Does anybody have the point CE? Because if you're gonna bring Castoria, you might as well have the point CE. Okay, there's someone with it. So, let's see, what would you do here? You would do that. Who would you want to show up? I guess you'd want Romulus to show up, I guess? He at least buffs Fionn. Okay, so this you would, you know, blah 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 buffs, bring him in. He gets Qingonged, Romulus comes in, Romulus uses his skills, Romulus would die to Qingong that turn, assuming Qingong loops, hopefully Fionn loops. So then he's out of there, then Canis would show up. And then if you were pushing on damage, you could give Canis like this, and then Canis can, you could command spell Canis to have her NP. It's pretty good. The issue is, I'm not sure Romulus would do enough damage because he wouldn't NP first. Because the first wave would just be the people with like 20k health. I mean, I guess he could NP that one. No. I almost want to reorder this to make it Canis because she has guts. No, you don't need her to live. Okay, hold on. Because that's the problem. Qingong is the best person to NP the first wave of the next, like on turn 2. But you'd want him not to kill someone, but if he doesn't kill someone, you're not switching. Because if it's Romulus, you can NP 3 times, but then Qingong is going to have to NP an enemy that has 80k or 110k, and I don't think he can do that, especially at level 65. If I was level, you know, 100, 2k foe, all that, maybe, even then you'd be really pushing it. You got some nice buffs, but not that nice. I mean, if you failed to kill the 80 or the 100, you could probably kill the 80k one because you could have Fionn NP second, and then have Qingong NP last. So the 100k one would still be alive, but you would kill the 2 adds. So 2 adds would come in. The only way this would kill the 140k enemy is if Fionn could NP again, which I don't think he can. Let's see, we can use slightly different CEs with this setup. And oh, yes, right, we're not even using our wait a minute. We're not even using our MLBK scope. Who could I give that to that maybe could do better than like Romulus? That's true, we could taunt Fionn. Fionn might be able to NP again then, I don't know. I don't think Dwagon works because Dwagon is 1-1-1-1 for NP1, so she would be great if I had her like 10-10-10 and upgraded and stuff, but I don't. Yeah, Fionn might be able to triple NP. One thing I like about Romulus is just the fact that he gives everyone buffs. Like the attack up, so that's something. Oh, I could use Berserkers, right. If I'm saving my super scope, and hell, I haven't even used my, this doesn't use a command spell either. Unfortunately, I don't have any like super buff AoE berserkers. I've got Darius, but that's why I've thought about grailing Darius to 100 someday. So I have a hard-hitting AoE berserker, because I don't have one. Darius hits decently hard. I don't know if he hits hard enough. And he doesn't buff his teammates. Let's see, if it was Darius with Super Scope. The problem is Qingong. I need Qingong to die. I see, this is where you need your own Qingong, right? And the support one, or your own Castoria, right? If I had my own Castoria, and I double Qingong, right, the higher Qingong would get more done, and you could eat the other one if you wanted to, and if you didn't want to, you would just bring the one, so, Darius can only do the buster resist down on the first wave. I don't really see any reason to do Darius instead of Romulus. Okay, let's do a quick test run and let's just see what we're looking at NP gain wise. Let me see, what CEs do we go with? So we have 40% battery for the team because of Castoria and Qingong. And then we got the 20% for one person. That's a pretty awkward amount CE-wise. I gotta decide like where the buffs are gonna go here. I mean, if it'd be so cool if I had a Grail Qingong right now, because I think with Castoria buffs, he probably could punch through some of these higher health people. You'd be pushing it, but I'm thinking we give the art up to Fionn then. I wonder if I can get away with giving Fionn all of the buffs and then still have Qingong loop. Don't think so. You're gonna have to split them somewhere. Maybe you give Qingong the NP gain and you give Fionn the art up. It depends. If Fionn has enough damage and NP gain to loop without it, then obviously you should give it to Qin, because Qin's the one that's going to have to hit this. Qin has to hit something at neutral later that's going to have either 80k or 100k. There's really nothing I can do about that. What if I could Arash? Okay, wait a minute. The problem with Arash, that makes up for my lack. Qingong wouldn't have to NP as much. But the problem with that is then the buffs don't hit the targets you need them to hit, so that's not worth it. Yeah, I have to really think about this because it dictates who gets what CE. So that really sucks. Fionn will get 90% off of a typical CE. One of the two has to have a higher starting in PCE then. I'm gonna let's see. We'll try to make it Fionn. So this is the way you go for damage, but it's not the way you go for looping. Let's try the loopy route first. This kind of sucks that no one is even using Super Scope. I mean, I guess I'll give it to Romulus just so he saves. Oh, he gets more stats, but... Alright, let's experiment. Oh, hey, Ari. I know, Ari, I wish this was repeatable. You could min-max as you go. It'd be awesome. But the enemy order is the same every day. It's just that which enemy it is exactly changes, but their health thresholds are always exactly the same. Okay, so... Who do you give Hohenheim's buff to? And does Fionn need to do his art skill here? And then do you need the damage later? That's the thing. Let's give it to... If you want Fionn to NP 3 times, you absolutely need to give it to Fionn. I think... What do we taunt Qin Gong because Fionn has the battery here? I guess that's what we do. And we do get the 10% from Qin Gong next turn. I'm worried Chin's not gonna do enough damage if you don't give him the buff. And if you give him the buff, then you'll probably need to have Fionn use his art up if he doesn't have Castorias. Most people don't actually need to use very many stakes, so for a lot of people stakes aren't a big deal. That's not true for everybody though. Okay, Fionn looped. Can Qin Gong do 50k and loop though? That's the question. Oh yeah, he has Castoria's attack up. Fuck! Okay, you probably have to buff there, or give him Castoria's other buff. Look at them critting so their hit count is lower. So you would probably reset until you just got your MP right there, because you certainly could. I don't know, actually we did. Okay, so even though we messed up and that we obviously wouldn't use this run, I want to see if Fionn can MP again, because that's important to find out. I know we don't need this, but I might as well, so. Obviously, our kill order is totally fucked up because we didn't kill a Rosh there, but I just want to see what MP gain we're kind of roughly looking at here. I'm thinking we'll get a full refund, but we'll see. Man, he's really nice for this because Melt drains our allies and that can be a problem, where Fionn doesn't. He actually gives them MP gain, which is quite nice. Wow! That's pretty good. Oh no, he's got the taunt, so he will get it. Because these enemies like never buff, and if he has taunt, he will absolutely get it. So I guess you would see as Canis, and then you could be, the 140 person could be soon-ish. So, this might work. We'll see. You would need to get lucky at the start though, and you'd need Qin Gong to loop. So the hard part is Qin Gong getting enough damage to kill a Rosh. That's the tricky part. Now we could use the Mystic Code. Oh, fishy with the MLB one. I guess you could wait, couldn't I change the order in which I'm NPing? Couldn't Fionn NP last? Yeah, can't I'm pretty sure Fionn can just NP last. You're still gonna have RNG on if Qin Gong gets the loop or not with them attacking. But yeah, we'll just switch that. Okay, so boom, 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 and then on the next turn you do... I wish you could have Qin Gong NP first, but that would kill Romulus. And if you have Guts, like if you put Canis in the front or whatever, then you wouldn't get to switch. That's what's killing me right now, is Romulus has to NP a 22 health person. And then I guess you would have Fionn NP to take out the 80k one, because Qin Gong's not going to do the 80k. And then you have Qin Gong NP the 100k one, and he won't kill it to do the 2. This is where shit goes wrong. Because then you will have the two 20k guys and the 100k guy, and then you have Fionn NP those again, and then you would have the 140k, the 50k, and the 25k, and then Canis would NP those. That's as good as I think I can get it, so there'd still be 4 left. If only Qin Gong could do a little bit more damage, I could get farther than that, but he can't, so, you know what's funny? If Qin Gong did a little bit more damage, like if he was Grailed and I could min-max the buffs a bit better, I could use another command spell and I could kill all of them, I'm pretty sure. That'd be tough though, because Qin Gong would have to... Yeah, that would work, because you'd have Qin Gong NP, because it'd be the 3 rows of 20k on that one, and you'd have him kill Canis, but you'd have Guts, and then you'd have Fionn NP again, and Fionn would have to do the 140k, which I think he could, and then Canis would have to do the 170k at the end, which I also think she could do. So yeah, if I could get Qin Gong to do a little bit more damage, or actually a good chunk more damage, and I use 2 command spells, I could kill all of them. But that's not going to happen. Yeah, I would need a Grail, 2k foe. I'd probably need to find a way to get Qin Gong a better CE, which I might need to do right now anyway. Yeah, they would definitely need the gold foes. I guess you could use a 3rd command spell, and then give like a Grail Qin Gong K-scope, or not K-scope, Black Grail, and then you would have enough damage, I think. But oh, that's a good point, Ari. I could give him. I mean, that's not gonna let me kill all of them, right? I'd have to really boost up his damage to do that. But yeah, we might end up doing that actually. Okay, so what's the strategy here? So we taunt himself, I think. I guess we do this one. Wait, no, I don't need to do that now because it's right. Fionn's in being 3rd. What is wrong with me? Well, we can still test the waters here and there, but that was dumb. Actually, I should reset. Also, I'm pretty sure you could have Qin Gong give the buster up to Canis, so Canis could use Super Scope, and we don't even need a command spell for Canis. Then wait, then could I use it somewhere else? Not really. Anywhere else I could use it, I don't think would really help. At least not much. Let me think. You could do... Let me run through this real quick. So this would be... Hohenheim wave 1, Qin Gong wave 2, kill Hohenheim. Beyond wave 3. Hopefully Qin Gong gets, you have taunt, and hopefully he gets his MP from being attacked and his refund. And then you would have Romulus on the 20k one. You would have Fionn on the 80k one. You would have Qin Gong again on the 100k one, but he'd only kill the 2 adds. The 100k one would still be alive. Then you would have Canis in, because you Qin Gonged Romulus. You could command spell Qin Gong again and have him NP first, I suppose, and have Canis's guts go up. So this is where we really do want Qin Gong doing more damage in, because you would need him to be able to kill the 100k person over 2 NPs, which he might be able to do if he was just doing a little bit more damage. And then you would have, or you could have Fionn NP that one. And then you have Qin Gong. Okay, wait. So that would have those two enemies. No, it needs to be Qin Gong. Because then the next one would be, thinking is hard. The next one would... Okay, hold on. The next one then would be... It would be the 140k, the 50k, and like the 20-something k. Could that be... Okay, I lost track. Back it up. This is complicated. Okay, so wave 1 is Hohenheim, wave 2 is Qin Gong, wave 3 is Fionn. Hopefully they both refund. And then you have Romulus, so then it would be Romulus, Fionn, so those all dead. And then it would be Qin Gong kill 2, does not kill boss. So then 2 new trash mobs come in. So then you would command spell Qin Gong and then hopefully kill that, which would be those 2 new trash mobs and the boss. So then that would be the 140k one with the 50k and the whoever the fuck. And then that would be Canis. No wait, that would be the end of that turn, right? No, that'd be the start of that turn, right? So that would be Qin Gong. So then it would be Fionn or Canis. Probably Fionn would do more damage. And then Canis would hit like the 70k one at the... So if this all went perfectly, I could kill more, but there's no way I'd be killing the 170k one. The thing is... Does Qin Gong kill the 100k guy in 2 NPs? It's true, we don't necessarily need the CE on Fionn. We need it for the first NP, I think, although not necessarily. He can probably get away with K-Scope though, because you're right, he does have the taunt. If there was a way that I could, let's see, I don't think there's a way for Qin Gong to get a 50k, or 50 starting in PCE. The best I could do would be, like, Demonic, because he's only gonna get the 30. You could have him use the 10 at the start, but I like having that later in case you just barely don't get something on someone. Why aren't there any 70 starting in PCEs? I don't think I can give Qin Gong... It sucks. I mean, if I wanted to use another command spell, I could. Yeah, there's Sakura, obviously, but that doesn't give you any damage up, right? I mean, I want something that's like a 5-star CE, gives you 70% starting in P and like 5% attack up or something, you know, like just something. I don't think I can. The only way I could give Qin Gong a different CE is if well, is there a world where I don't give Fionn the buff? I don't think. I think Fionn needs the buff. Am I crazy? Does Fionn not need the 1 Castoria buff? Could he get away with that? Let me think. What would I... Let me think. Well, how would I do that? Would Fionn need K-Scope then? Because then you would want Fionn getting his NP just off the 30. I don't know if that's worth it though, because I don't know if that's enough extra damage on Qin Gong for that to actually like push through. The other way seems so much safer. Because the command spell comes after the turn where you could see his damage anyway. Let me think. So... Wait, what? No, Fionn could have... Wait, no, this is confusing. Fionn would need higher starting NP. That's so awkward, but yeah, Fionn would need more starting NP if I did it this way. I don't like that. I would rather test... If we can get 50k out, you need to get 50k out of Qin Gong twice. Actually, it's more like 52k out of him twice. Ugh. This, man, because if you can, then we can get it down to like 2 enemies, I think, which that's pretty cool. This is also assuming the Canis is going to do enough damage the way she is right now. Castoria is so awkward with the way she gives Team NP. I don't see how I could give Qingong a 50% starting NP. I just don't see how that works because Fionn is missing out on way too much stuff that way, and I don't think he's gonna loop 3 times that way because then Fionn's not getting the NP rate. Well, maybe. So let's see. The fucking Christ. Would I not taunt Qingong on turn 1 if you did it that way? See, okay, the first one he has his own battery skill, so maybe that's enough. It's the second one. Okay, we'll try it this way, but I'm not so sure about this. I'm really not. So this means you give Qingong her second skill, but that means Fionn needs K-Scope, and I'm so skeptical that he's gonna kill like that 140k one. Because he's got to be able to one-shot them, and I'm not sure he could do that with K-Scope. Let's give this a quick peek, but there's several parts with doing it this way that I'm very skeptical of. Do I give Chin K-Scope? Because I don't think he needs the gain, he needs the damage. I know her. I'm not talking about her NP charge. I know that's team wide. I'm talking about her the gain rate. Because that's not team wide. No, it is team wide. Excuse me. It is team wide. That still doesn't really change the issue I'm seeing here. Because it's just, I don't think Fionn is going to have enough damage now. So you have to give this to Fionn. So this, okay, Qingong NP second, that's the main thing I gotta remember here. Okay, so it needs to be Romulus, Fionn, Qingong next. And then Qingong would need to do like 55k damage on average. But you have to do it twice, and on the second one, you'd be after the CS, so if something went wrong, you'd be kind of fucked. I forgot to taunt. I mean, you might be able to. Yeah, no, you need to taunt Qingong, absolutely. And then you need the bots to not be shitheads, and you need them to not crit, basically. Okay, Fionn still loops. It's actually a bit closer than I would have liked, although we got Qingong's skill, so... Although, you probably are going to need to save Qingong's skill for the next one, I would think. Okay, this seems doable. Let me think, so then on this one, you would have gotten Qingong's NP. Oh, right, and you will buff Qingong with Romulus. Okay, that helps. I forgot about that. Can he do like 56k, preferably like 60k on one of them in case the other one low rolls? Yeah, he didn't do quite enough if he did 145, but with Romulus's, but he's gonna be right on the edge. But I could use I think I can use the command Mystic Code on that one. I would like to save it though because the final turn you are going to be pushing it on damage with Canis and Fionn. You're going to be pushing it. So if you can get through that part without needing to buff Qingong again, that'd be really helpful. This is where if I had more bones and I could make Hohenheim's art up rank 10, that's going from 8 to 10 is essentially 3 skill ups because 9 to 10 is double. So that would be enough art up to probably kind of get through there. I think you could, there isn't, but yeah, I guess that's true. Mine is, well, oh no, that don't help too much because you have the only work on the first wave. That will help though because we're imping that one guy twice, so he'll be out, so I could slap one of those on him. That's probably what we would do. That'll probably fix it then. I don't know if we even bother then. Why don't we give Fionn the DPS CE then? Right, like if Qingong, because yeah, if we slap the love, because yeah, the love grenade can only hit one enemy and it's only the one that's on the first wave. But that 100k guy will be on the first wave. Because we're not one-shotting him, unfortunately. And, yeah, I don't know why it only hits one enemy either, but, you know, video games. It would help if it hit multiple enemies, but the main thing is that it, like, if I needed these to hit the Arash, who I'm gonna hit last, I can't hit him, he's not on the field, right? He's in the back row right now. And so that's normally what happens. The way it syncs up is it rarely is useful, so, which I don't think they intended, to be honest. I don't think they thought about, oh yeah, if you're imping 3 times every turn, this will pretty much never sync up the way you want it to. Shame that this crit down doesn't hit the guys that are actually going to show up because, yeah, if they crit you, their hit count is less, and it kind of ruins everything. I think they wanted you to be using them, it's just they don't actually help, so... Although I guess you could use them just for the art down and everything, so you loop a little bit easier on somebody. But other than that, they're not going to do too much. Yeah, maybe they'll make the final node some cancer nonsense. Also, there's a challenge quest. You probably can use them in the challenge quest. Well, maybe not. Sometimes they don't let you do stuff like that. Depends. I hope you can't use them in the challenge quest because if you have to like if I'm like trying to trial an error a low star setup, you know, I wouldn't want to like run out after using constantly and stuff. So no crits, no crits. I think you can weather one crit. Well, there's a crit. Woo! Yeah, you can weather one crit. But yeah, if they do 2 crits, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so does Fionn need his NP? Okay, hold on. I gotta think. Okay, so it's Romulus, Fionn, and then Qingong here. What matters is the next turn. Is Fionn going to need his art up next turn for damage? And does he need it this turn for looping? That's what it comes down to. So the next one, you're going to want Qingong to NP, and then Canis will guts it, and then you either have the Canis NP to go for the 141, or okay. I think you would have... Okay, wait, no. I'm forgetting that the first NP still has to kill the 100k guy. Okay, I gotta figure out which one is Fionn NPing next turn. So right now, we're on the 22k one, right? Okay, so this one's gonna be Romulus, Theon, Qingong. That one's still gonna be alive. So it's gonna be Qingong, and then so the second one is 140,000 health. So can Theon do 140,000 health without the art up? And if he can, I should use the art up now just to make sure I get the NP gain. And I should probably save it because he does have the taunt. So I feel like we save it. But then it's like, okay, do you want Canis to go for that one or Theon? I think Theon because he's just buffed to Wazoo. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. And by that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but you would definitely use this attack up next turn. So yeah, Qingong is going to have the damage. Like, Qingong is going to have the damage. Oh, no wait, Qingong can't die, because Fion's taunting, right? Crazy to have Romulus doing so little. He's literally showing up, giving us some mild buffs, killing some of the weakest enemies in the entire node, and then getting killed by Qingong. But unfortunately, it is necessary. I like Galaxy and Sunshine, but Sunshine is my favorite 3D Mario game. I love that game so much. But I think 3D Mario has made, at this point, so many good games that it's... You know, you kind of just play through all of them and you just have a different stage selection, basically, right? Okay, if Chin is... Oh, wow. Wow. How about... Fuck. I wonder if we can find... We might be able to get Qingong to kill right there. Oh man, that changes everything if you could get Qingong to kill right there. If only we could transfer the love grenade. Dude, if I had a Grail Qingong and I used the Mysticode attack buff right there, he would definitely kill right there and we might be able to kill all of them. Shit, man. Do we save Scum real quick? Like, do we just preview this off the, like, Alt F4 and murder this? But do we preview this real quick and see... Well, no, I can't preview this because I need to use command spell for Qingong to NP. So this turn, though, you would have this. You'd also have, like, the love grenade if you needed it. And then you have this one. Yeah. Shit, man. How do we get 30k more damage out of... You could use the event Choco, that's true, but I don't... That's not really worth it to just full clear once. Like, do we really do that? Like, I'd rather give that to Ku maybe for the challenge quest or something. Like, you can only give the event chocolate to someone, and then they're stuck with it for the rest of the event, right? And, like, I was kind of wanting to save it for the challenge quest, right? And see who I was going to make, like, the MVP in the challenge quest. It's true! Yeah, I mean, it should apply in the challenge. It is true, though, Qingong is basically good for all of these. So, I mean, he's not a bad person, and hell, I might use him for the challenge quest, but there's no way to know. See, the thing is, I get... People would probably be pissed if I used the event bonus in the challenge quest anyway, so maybe I just try to do it without it. But man, it's like, what if it's one of those stages where Mori's good for the challenge quest, right? And then I give it to Mori, and then Mori's doing even more damage, man. Like, I live for challenge quest videos and shit, man, so... The Chin memes, though, I mean, it's true. And I mean, Chin could potentially be good for it. I mean, I will say, if I could beat the challenge quest without the chocolate bonus being that effective, that'd be kind of rewarding as well. Because then, you know, you're not gonna have all the YouTube comments of, well, why do I give my chocolate bonus to someone else? But which is dumb because, like, you know, let's say I do a budget setup or whatever for solo or some nonsense for the challenge quest, whatever that might be. Generally the kind of style of setup, like if I use Darius with the chocolate bonus, you would obviously use like summon a Friend's God Juna or something, or use a stronger Berserker to fill that role, right? Darius with the chocolate bonus is not on par with like Raiko or something, obviously. Although, Yeah, the one for the other gender won't help though. There's like, what MVP 3-star are we ever, you know, going to use in a challenge? Well, I guess there's Uchi and things like that. Alright, I'll do it. Mainly because I kind of want to do the challenge quest without the chocolate bonus anyway, the more I think about it. And does anyone else think there's a chance that the challenge quest is going to be weird like that one with the twins was? Where it's more about messing around with the gimmick and not so much about like it being super hard because of the chocolate bonus? Hime's Buster can do the challenge quest, Okay, well, we'll do the Chin memes. I must admit, it is cool to give it to Chin Gong, so... How do you... I don't even know, how do you give it to somebody? Do you pick their CE with it? Yeah, I'm kind of excited for this too, because, I mean, it's Chin Gong. I mean, come on now. Dude, if mine was Grail, I wouldn't even need to do this. Let's see. What's his Valentine CE? Isn't it like, one of the scrolls or something? Yeah, it's a scroll. Let's see, which one is it here? There's so many servants in this game now. Bruh. There's just so many servants in this game now, and this is only the, you know, the dudes, right? Although I guess nowadays it's, you also have like Clay in here and other things, so, I don't know, the masculine ones, whatever you want to call it, but my god, there's a lot of them now. It's so hard to do this in Samsung Dex. It is so fucking there it is. This is so hard to do in Samsung Dex, the way you have to like scroll it. Oh my god, this is the worst. Okay. What the fuck? I'm guessing, you know, they're making sure you realize this is the, you know, permanent and everything, right, most? I guess they're asking you again. Super Chin Gong, let's go. We might as well show this off. This man is pretty amazing. I wonder if Gabe is going to give his Chin Gong. It just sucks that all my favorite characters are all in the same column, right? They're all in the male ones. So, you know, because Mori, Ku, Billy, you know, all that stuff. Valentine でしたね。こう見えて甘いものは大好物です。頭の回ではありがたく。ここで頂戴しても。That's not what I'm talking about, Wall. Well, I've obviously already done every male one like every year for like the last 5 years. That's not the issue. That's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about the event bonus. Like most people get 2, but I really only get 1 because like who the fuck am I gonna give the female one to? Because, I wait, can I give it to, I guess I could give it to Enkidu, because he counts as both, but, You know, I'm probably not going to use him much for like the challenge quests, I would think so, or even farming. So I don't mind Ushi, but I would never give it to Ushi. Not for like the bond bonus anyway. I think Canis only is in the masculine male one or whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure, which I'm not surprised by though, because can you imagine Canis trying to like that would not fly. Like, dear God, that would not fly.
私も実質に引き上げることにしたのですが、そういえばいつかお渡ししようと考え。
It is funny though that Enkidu counts as both, so you can use either one.
サーバントはマスターあってのもの。
So I guess canonically, Enkidu it has more work to do on Valentine's Day than here. Because he's got to give people chocolate as well, and do the return gift and everything. Oh, that's right. He's got a different flower. That's right. Yeah, there's like a different color flower each one.
不思議に思ったゆえ、私なりの護身用具として改造したものです。このペン先は極細ながら超出力のペンライトになっており、相手に向ければその目を潰し、視覚による急の襲撃にも対応できます。まずは目を潰すというやつですな。そしてこちら。
And his is pretty long. God, though, some of the like the really popular waifus got crazy long ones. Much like the newer ones. Obviously, the older ones, you know, they were shorter. But yeah, no, his voice actor is great.
まあ単純な機械にしか通じませんが。
Yep, I know the year one is really bad. They really need to do something about that.
私メカニックではないのです。
I think most of the guys got like pretty lucky because they didn't get any scenes for a while, if I remember correctly.
いかがです？この素晴らしい贈り物は。 まさに必勝の万年筆と言えましょう。
Well, yeah, you kind of that. The thing is, Darius's could be made tomorrow, and it would still be really short. I'm pretty sure.
そちらの木簡はあまりもまさにチョコのおまけと申しましょうか。
Now, Rider Darius, and then we might get somewhere.
うつむかずにいる教え。どのような逆境に陥っても、自らを卑下せず、礼節を失わない志。そういった普段私がやらぬ策ばかり。
This really is a long one, though. Dude, I love Romulus's, man. It's so funny.
適材適所とはよく言ったもの。本の虫となって学を得る。
This is really long, bro.
の冷血さから私には実践できなかったものですが、それがあなたの役に立つのなら。 私たちの戦にも意味があったのでしょう。いただいたチョコのお返しにはいささか釣り合わないものですがね。
All right. Is there anything else I can do to min-max Shin-Gong here? You know what I should have done? I could have just command spelled him an extra time for the extra damage that way. That probably wouldn't have been 30k though. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Man, Gabe's got such a good unit for this. Alright, let's try to get an MLB one, yeah, just for the points here. Alright, let's not fuck this up. It's kinda delicate here. You have 50% damage bonus though. It's pretty swell. I will say, I guess I will start bringing Shin-Gong for my farming during this event, because I do want to get a valentine Shin-Gong someday, because his Fonzie is pretty awesome for buff stacking, so. I have no idea what my favorite female Valentine Miss 18 is. I don't actually watch that many of them. I've watched a few, but I haven't watched that many. So, probably surprising no one. Let's see. Okay, so this goes to Fionn. I'm worried Canis is not going to do enough damage. Honestly, I kind of want to make sure we kill all of them. Maybe we use 2 command spells and we give Canis like MLB Black Grail. Because then we would definitely, because I'm not sure she's gonna do 170k damage. I mean, wait, I could probably make it Fionn and then she'd have to do 140. Let's see, she's going to have only her own self buffs. So she's MP5, level 100, 2k foe, but unupgraded Buster with just her buffs. Yeah, we could test it. Fionn is gonna have, what? He's gonna have Castoria's art up still, his art up, Hohenheim's art up. Yeah, okay, Fionn is definitely gonna do the higher damage, but the question is, can he do 170, and then can Canis do 140? Because if he can, without the, command spell, then awesome, but, oh, right, we can do Chin's Buster. Good point. Yeah, let's do a test run here. So this run, we're not going to go for the all kills. We're just going to try to get everyone the buffs that they're actually going to have, and then look at how much damage they do. That's the goal here. Fucking love this song, man. And it's named Green Greens. I mean, like, it's the best. Thank God the RNG part of this is before the command spell, though. It'd be so awful if it was after. Dude, Kirby has so many good songs, though. Like, I could easily make a whole playlist for the stream that was just Kirby songs and like Smash versions of Kirby songs and all the different remixes and different games and stuff. You try to pay attention to his damage here. He's gonna do more than what he's doing here, by quite a bit. Okay, that's not even close though. But he's gonna get the attack up from the Mystic Code. He'll get the attack up from Romulus, and he'll get his art up. Crap, we have to use this thing now. It sucks. This is just a test run anyway, though. How come I didn't get it there? Did I mess something up? I'm gonna have to be really careful not let the stage complete, though, in a second here. I thought they only crit once there. I wasn't paying super attention, but Would well, let's see if we can go without the attack buff because we gave him the 50% damage bonus. That might not be good enough though.
共に命の価値に区別なく我が獅子より今こそいでいる神たる力光なる力エルアステラードアストラ落ちたる神霊をもほふる魔の道その身で味わえマチカルイン
Still not enough. Again, he'll have a bit more damage than that, but oh no. He's only gonna have 2 more buffs over that. I think he might need to do the 140 and then Canis go for the 170 with MLB Black Rail. Because that'll definitely be enough. But she'll also have Qingong's buff. Okay, I have to cancel this turn. Otherwise the stage will complete and that would ruin everything. Let's see, if we've done this right, this... let's see, wait, is this... Yes, this is... We killed Emiya. So... You would Qingong Canis, right? Okay. Hell, we can actually do it... wait, no, we can't do a test run because Qingong can't NP without the CS, so... okay, but we're looking at damage here. Which one of them does more? And then is it enough? I'll do slow-mo and then I gotta zeet the app. I guess we'll put Canis second, because if you were having her go for the 170, she would be second. She'd actually be third. So Canis would do a little bit more damage than what we're seeing because of her overcharge. But not that much, but she would do a little bit more damage than what we're gonna see. Yeah, if we can get... We might be able to kill all of them here. That's a lot. That's not quite enough, though. I'm thinking it needs to be Canis. The question is Canis going to need a command spell to have a damage CE or not? Again, she'll do a little bit more damage for realsies because of the overcharge. Okay, she, oh god, it's not closing! Oh my god! That was scary. It, fucking, dude, Samsung decks sometimes, because you're, I don't know how to explain this, but because it basically, you're still playing through your phone, but you're using your computer as your monitor for your phone, basically. It Alt F4'd my music playlist, so that was scary. Thankfully, I stopped it in time. I'm pretty sure that. It also Alt F4'd Twitch chat. So that's a thing. I can't actually see chat right now, but I'll be back in a second. I couldn't tell you why it did that, to be honest, but it did. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so. Canis did what? 577 people are saying. She would do a little bit more than that. Okay, yeah, I can see chat now though. Let me make sure I don't go back into the stage. It not closing really freaked me out there. Okay, let's see. If she I think, did she do enough? I think she did enough, didn't she? let's see, it, what you do, 566, or something divided by 3. That's enough, right? I'm not that bad at math. Yeah, that's over 170. Okay. So can Fionn can do the 140 though, right? Because that's what he's gonna need to do. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we can just do 1 CS and kill all 9. So unless I'm out of my mind, the only RNG here is them attacking Qingong when he has taunt and not critting twice. And actually, even with that, it seems to work. It's just not ideal. But that's before CS, so you can save scum that without any serious problems. Alright, let's get an MLB CE in here just for the extra points. We're literally not doing this for the points, but I mean, if you can, you might as well. Need a fishy, I think, is what we're looking for. Man, I need to play Wind Waker again. Good times, good times. Alright. God, Qingong with Castoria and Hohenheim buffs.
これはいたぶりがいのある湿気攻略しがいのある敵陣ですな。
No, we wouldn't have cleared because we didn't have Qingong in P. Okay. Also, it looked terrible in a video or in on the VOD. I'm really want to make sure I don't balls anything up here. The one thing I wish that was better in a lot of Zelda games, and this is obviously just my own personal, you know, criteria, this is not an objective criticism, but I wish the combat was better. It's funny, I've seen a lot of people be like, man, Ocarina of Time is like, you know, proto Dark Souls or Demon Souls. It's not. It's really not. It's like, the whole kind of 3D combat with you know, locking on and everything, it's not like that at all in Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker and all that. It's so much like simplified where you don't really have iframes like auto dodges and like, my god, the Twilight Princess, the combat does get a little bit better, but not by that. I've never played a Zelda game where I feel like the combat was good. It's normally a lot of style over substance and way too basic. And it's almost like a puzzle in the combat opposed to actually being combat, so. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, it's like old school Dark Souls. Like, it's really not. It's pretty surface level, comparisons. Okay, so we did not get his NP. Did I fuck something up? Because I swear they didn't crit twice there. How did I not get it? Did I forget something? I feel like I forgot something. Did I not cast the right? Oh, yep, I didn't cast Fionn's first skill. Okay, yep, there's the fuck up. But Zelda's focus is less on the combat, you know, it's more on the exploration and the puzzles and the world and the music and blah 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 blah. But you could also have a really good combat system in that game as well, which would obviously make me like it more. And like I said, not really an objective criticism, but the combat in every Zelda game I've ever played is always very simplistic, but it's so close. It's like, it has the makings of what could make a really good combat system, but they kind of intentionally, you know, kind of keep it dumbed down so it's not too complicated, which for some people they might prefer it that way, but obviously I don't. So, but yeah, it's kind of frustrating to have like the systems in place where you could have an interesting combat system, but it's not really utilized. But I still enjoy some of the Zelda games anyway. Although I honestly do not like every Zelda game that's like ever made. I'm not one of those guys. Not by any means. Okay, we got it this time, boys. Actually click the button. That really is nice that Fionn gives that to his teammates as well. It really is helpful. And I don't just mean for this stage, I just mean in general. That's a really nice thing that you get some extra loopy nonsense going on. What also would be cool, and a lot of games don't do this because you do see this in a few games, but it's pretty rare. But it takes a lot of work. But some games will have proper difficulty settings that change more than just, oh, the enemies have more health, right? Like that. It'd be cool, in my opinion, if you had a way to have a difficulty setting in like Wind Waker or whatever Zelda game that just made the combat a little bit more, a bit more meat on its bones, right? But it was just totally optional. It wasn't like, oh man, and you get more, you get the achievement for doing it. Like, fuck that. You can just make it a purely optional thing, and that would be nice. But games don't do that very often because it's work. One of the biggest things that you would need to do to make the combat systems better is mostly like the dodge couldn't, like especially in Wind Waker, right? When you were like targeting someone, you did, I think it was the A button to dodge. It was like an auto dodge, really, right? It wasn't really like a timing based thing. And blocking is like, lacks a lot of depth. So if you just made it like maybe you need a perfect guard more, more attacks are not a good idea. 2 guard unless it's an emergency. You have to actually time your roll, and then this is the part that would really make it difficult, and this is why you really won't see this done very often. You really need to give the enemies movesets then that's like, okay, if he rolls too soon, then you need this attack to punish that, or if he rolls to the left, because the way it's sweeping, it'll still hit him. You have to like do those kinds of things, and that's more animation work and crap like that, and that really is a lot of work. So you generally aren't going to see that kind of stuff. Okay, so we still have Fionn's second skill, which is really nice. So in case somehow Fionn doesn't get his thing, we're still good to go. All right, I think we got it. This song is so good, by the way. I cannot believe we're using Romulus for such a minor task. I feel like we probably could use someone else instead of him that could maybe give us even better buffs, because he only has to do 20k, so that probably could be improved upon. Hey, Phantom, thank you. That's not Phantom. I don't even know how to say this. Famar, something. That's not even close, but thank you for the 5-month resub. Where do you people get these names? I mean, I can't talk, but Jesus. But thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Even though I can't say your name, and there's no capital letter at the start. Man, Shin Gong, dude. What a guy. Like, that's crazy. He doesn't even have that many buffs. I really am curious what you could get done with a Grailed Qingong, 2K Foe, and the Event Chocolate. Like, that would get pretty wild. Okay. This is it. This is the turn. I guess we used Qingong's second skill just cause. We ended up not needing it. Okay, so there's our 1 CS. You get 1 per day, you get to do the stage once per day, so makes sense. Alright, boys, don't fuck it up. Thank God Canis has guts, cause yeah, there'd be a real problem there otherwise. Oki, about to get blasted. I'm a little nervous about Fion's damage, but I'm pretty sure he's got it. Yep. Woo! Okay, I think we're good. I think we got it. Because Canis gets that extra overcharge even, so there should be plenty. That's Summer Artoria, it looks like. Get him! Yes! Woo! That feels good, man. Let's see how much QP we get and all that. Fuck yeah. 165 bond though. That's so not worth it. That is so not worth it. Like I mean, yeah, I'll take it, but you're 5 million almost, right? I guess if you could work in, a QP boost, then it'd be pretty nuts. But yeah, you get 193k, like that's, you know, sure, it's nice, but it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, it's very much just for the fun and or bragging, right? So it's like, look at all that chocolate, though. Woo, boy. Yeah, it's for the cool points, pretty much. All right, well, I'm glad to have full cleared at once. That's nice. Let's see. 3-star Romulus instead of big one, probably. I don't think it really matters. I don't know. Let me see. What's his buffs for the team? Because he's got his own self-battery as well. And again, you only have to do 20k, which is nothing. I mean, you don't even necessarily have to use a Lancer because they're only doing 20k. So your options are pretty big there. You're looking for somebody, though, that is self-reliant with their NP, unless you have an extra super scope, but less of those the better. Let's see. So he could give somebody Buster up, but that's not going to help. His NP gives the attack up. Yeah, he's not as good. I mean, we had enough damage there that probably still would have worked. You might be pushing it with Qingong, though. But there's probably better options than that, I would think. Because again, you only need 20k. Yeah, we can do Little Gil versus the Dragon. I was wanting to test that anyway. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Because his buff just doesn't help that much, so... I'm skeptical. We'll see. He's got the stats, but no. He needs hard survival for this kind of thing, or a lot more damage. The units that do it that don't have survival just do really, really, really good damage, where he kind of doesn't, so we'll see. Maybe he'll impress me. Oh boy, that's not gonna be any chance. I'm guessing you don't, but do you not have Drunken Jolter or Aerial Drive? Aerial Drive would be good, or I know you don't have Golden Sumo, but any chance you have Aerial Drive? Because Aerial Drive I think would be good, because we're not going to be critting as much as we, unless we get lucky, but we're not going to be critting too much. Non-MLB, yeah, that's probably not worth. That feels bad. That feels sad. I know some people that have non-MLB Golden Sumo, and it's like the regret. It really sucks about that too, is the event gave you the 5 copies, you didn't have to farm one, so that's enough. Alright, we gotta get a Rosh in here. Oh look, we already got him. Do we actually bother to use Atlas? Are we gonna live long enough? Or do I try to just get more damage in? If the enemy was a servant, or actually it wouldn't have to be a servant, but you know, something you can charm, you know, humanoid, which there are plenty of things that aren't servants that are humanoid. I would go with Atlas, but because, man, why does it only make 10 stars, dude? Like, come on! It bugs the crap out of me that they didn't make it better than that. Like, that's just dumb. That's such a minor-ass buff. Like, if you happen to be working with someone like Hans or some such, and then it helps. But on his own, it's just not that good. Well, I guess, I don't know if we do Atlas. None of his skills are that good. Like, it would be worth it if we could charm. If we could charm this dude, I definitely think Atlas would be right. But without it being able to charm him, I don't think our skills actually... It's basically casting Charisma twice versus the heal and then the attack up from the default Mystic Code. The Charisma wins out for the attack up side. Casting Charisma again is better in the long run. But then there's the heal. So is the heal gonna do us more good than the slight damage increase from double charisma and then the NP gain up? I'm kind of leaning towards default. It depends though. If we live long enough that the boss NPs us, we can remove the buster down. Yeah, okay, now we'll do that. If we had a debuff clear command code, then maybe we do default. I tell you what, if we had debuff clear command code and we had the heal boost command code, then we definitely would do default. Because then we could get rid of the buster down and all that crap. With our command codes, and then we could apply the heal boost to the default Mystic Code. But I'm thinking with normal stuff, I think Atlas is still better. It's close though. That's close. Yeah, the Dragon does Buster Down and Burn on his NP. It's super close. I might try it with both. That's really close. It's sad though that it's close, because normally in this kind of a long-term fight, Atlas is better. But this is what I was talking about. This is why Kid Gil's buff needs to be larger. I just hope they buff him again, because I don't seriously look at Alex. Look at Alexander. Look at Alexander's buff versus Kid Gil's. Alexander's is way better. It's way better, and so it's kind of frustrating that Kid Gil's was kind of just eh. Alright, let's see. Yeah, CC's update, like, just between menus for some fucking reason. Wow, with a hand that good, we probably could have gone in with a CE that didn't have starting MP, but there's obviously no way to, you know, guarantee a hand like that. NP gain up for the team would still be a kind of a minor buff, but that in conjunction with the stars, that would be so bad. Because at that point you're kind of a mini support, so you'd still be kind of restricted to when you're fighting sabers or berserkers, and then when you're working with something like Hans or whatever. But yeah, that'd be nice. Those two things combined would be enough support that then when you do work with another support, you're like, yeah, this is actually some pretty good value. It would not be what I would pick though. Like I want him to get like a battery, Buster up, you know, maybe Star Absorb on Buster cards or something, like, you know, that he needs some oomph. I'm trying to keep one of these alive just so Stella hits more targets, so maybe I get an extra spar. Might as well. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, especially if you combined it with other stuff. If you got like debuff success chance up, and then he gave himself a battery and a buster. Like, you might say that's a lot of stuff for like a 3-star. It's not though. If you look at like some of the other 3-stars and what they've got going for them, and you look at how much they buffed Hohenheim, it is totally okay if you take one of Kid Gil's 3 skills and you're like, all right, we are buffing the shit out of that skill, like they buffed the shit out of Hohenheim. It's like, give him that you click that button and you get that, you know, he is now a big boy AoE, right? Because that's what he needs to fit in with like the rest of the cast. He needs to be that, oh yeah, if you have to be AoE at neutral with low stars, or you're gonna be AoEing sabers, Kid Gil is the guy, right? Because his AoE hits really hard and he gets it, you know, reasonably quickly and stuff. Like that's what I would really like to see them do for Kid Gil. I would love it if when you're in one of those fights where budget teams have to AoE at neutral, if he's one of the best picks. Like, I think that fits perfectly, right, for like him character-wise, and also they just don't have that. They don't have they're like, oh wow, because that's what Big Gil is, right? Big Gil is like, oh yeah, you can use him at neutral, and he still will do really good damage, right? For AoE stuff. It'd be nice if Kid Gil was kind of a kid version of that, right? Like, that's totally fair, so. If you have the heal command code, that's gonna be one of the most helpful ones, so we can just keep going. I think I can sneak in our quick card here. I don't know why I'm still in slow-mo. Yeah, AoE options for 1 to 3 star are pretty bad. Right now it's basically Darius or bust, but sometimes Berserkers are not what you want, so... Yep, yeah, the heal and heal boost would be a huge help here. I think if we had the heal command code and the heal boost command code, default mist code would absolutely be the right one, but and it might, default still might be the right one. It's a hard call. I probably should have cast this last turn, actually. Yeah, and his cooldown lengths are longer than I would like, so I'm not sure Atlas is gonna be right. Oh, we got the dragon one though. Just crit forehead. Yeah, real big technically on that Gramps, but he did. It is true technically he did beat it. He proc insta-death though, and we tested it many times after. This guy has just as much death resist as like any major boss. We did it over and over and over again, we brought a bunch of other servants to make our insta-death even better. We were just standing insta-death like crazy, and we have never insta-deathed him again. And I fought this dragon with a bunch of other servants of insta-death, and no one has ever insta-deathed this guy again. I think there was a couple other ones that did it neutral that I'm forgetting. I guess a Yagyu doing it was pretty awesome though. I really like that. We really should have made a Hall of Fame. I should have made like a notepad and kept track. Because it is hard enough to do at neutral. It's really, and the people that are AoE and do it at neutral, that's the real, oh shit. Let's do that, I think. I wish that had crit. We'll probably get our NP from... yeah, I'll have to crit us for us to get it, I think. Okay, that'll work. We actually may not have needed that, him to crit us. Give me that 70%. Work with me. I do love Kid Gill's Overcharge though. That large of an NP down. I just kind of wish it lasted 3 turns because it'd be easy to sync up. But that is a surprisingly powerful thing in his kit. And there really are team setups where it's not like a minor thing. It can be a big fucking thing where like your whole team survives an NP, and you can even use it on those enemies that remove your buffs sometimes if you have enough debuffs. Use it with like someone else's attack down and stuff. You can face tank an AoE NP with that. This is pretty cool. It's just, that's why I want him to have a battery, because you want him to be able to show up and just do it, right? And so you don't have to worry about, oh, maybe I don't get it in time. I think he could do this if he had the heal command code. I think we just need that extra not dying to normal cards. I do think default's going to end up being better, but yeah, we need more soft survivability, ultimately. I think we could kill him before he NP'd a second time. Yeah, definitely. But I think we're just going to die to normal cards, unfortunately. We could get a lucky crit here, that would be swell. Yeah, there we go. Get another one, get another one. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes. Hey man, Gil's totally got items that let him get bullshit luck too, so, you know. This is lore accurate. This is where it starts to get a bit sad though. Dude, Child and FGO, I'd be game for that. You know what's cool is if we had like the command codes to have more health, we could probably phase tank this MP just because of our debuffs here. You know what they could do? When they buffed his NP, they totally could have added an attack down. Not a big one because it's got the NP down, but that'd be pretty cool. This is totally beatable, by the way. It's not going to be the most reliable thing ever, but this is possible. And even if we fail here, there's potential for default being better. It's kind of up in you are relying on, you know, RNG with the crits, but it is definitely possible. I've got, let's see, I've got my NP gain up. Maybe I do art. So probably should have put the quick command code on the on this one, like switch, because we basically never use our quick card in this kind of fight, and that little bit of healing might have actually been, and more stars. The more, you know, it probably would have been better than the extra crit damage, I would think. Yeah, I think 100 Face might have beat this actually. I can't remember. I don't know if we ever tried her and we gave her like the best of everything. I'm not sure. I would not be surprised if she could do it though, just because she has so much soft and hard survival. I thought about doing quick art there just to make sure I got my NP and then maybe the heal would add up, but fuck, I really needed that 50% to crit. We needed the NP gain. That's really bad. I think we're screwed now. We might die before we ever NP again, and we need one more NP. Well, he only hit us twice. He might live here. Don't kill me, brah. Don't do it. I think Avenger Uji could definitely do it. She's a really good solo unit, and when you look at the people that like the tier of units that can do it at neutral, ooh. Oh man, always lucky by the way, and we get our attack buff back. All right, we won. I think we win here. I'm ready to ZTF here. So not a 100% win rate by any means. It's pretty obvious there's some large amount of variance with the us critting and him critting, but I'll fucking take it because he's a 3-star and he is AoE. Yeah, because if he was single target, this would have been easy, and whatnot. So not half bad. I'll take that. I don't think there's any way we fail to kill here. Yeah, I'm ready to zete the app. Bonk him! Yeah, he's still alive, but he'll definitely die to the. Yeah, he's dead. Look at the BM crits though. How about that? All right, well that feels good. I like that. Not bad, not bad. Now imagine if he had a goddamn battery skill. How nice would that be? Okay, we'll probably wrap up there because I'm actually dropping frames right now, which is kind of annoying, and I need to eat. But I'll probably do a Genshin stream. I'll do some co-op for the tower defense mode, which is pretty cool. And but that'll probably be like 20 minutes or so. Let me jump back in the game real quick here, though. Well, this was nice. We got some Kid Guild glory in there, and we full cleared the daily thing. That's nice. But yeah, I figure I'm dropping frames. Need to eat. That's not a bad time to stop. Let me use my nah, my AP's low enough. That's fine. I was gonna like start a stage, but it should be all right. Yeah, don't worry, Zol. We're about to stream again. Also, how are you feeling, Zox? I know you were feeling kind of bad yesterday. I'm hoping you're feeling better today. Alright, I'll be back in like 10-20 minutes. Although it might be a little bit longer than that because I'm probably going to fix kimchi rice and chicken again because that's like the best meal ever and it takes a minute to make rice and everything. So maybe 20 minutes or so. But I will be back with Genshin for those that care. Thank you for hanging out, everybody, and we'll be doing this again tomorrow. Maybe on the piece of crap ult account because we haven't played that in a little while. But yeah, later.